And then this entire matter of the Brooks Tower Accord, which in the meantime, the period for persons seeking registration is over. And we see several interesting items in the budget 2010 as they relate to the Brooks Tower Accord. One is that government has budgeted $1 million guilders as control as a result of the Brooks Tower Accord. And we're asking, what kind of control? Is government planning to assist the central government in their immigration control function? Is government going to be checking businesses on the basis of what is government estimating an expenditure of $1 million guilders, which they say relate to the Brooks Tower Accord? In addition to that, we have the issue of income as a result of the Brooks Tower Accord, in which the government is estimating that just over 3 million guilders would be a result of the Brooks Tower Accord. And we're asking government, based on what calculation, how is government, the local government now, going to pick up the matter of the Brooks Tower Accord, as it is the local government's responsibility to issue work permits. And both categories of the Brooks Tower Accord would have to obtain, as a result of getting their residency, would have to obtain a work permit. And we are asking government, how is government going to go about this process? What can these persons who have registered as part of the Brooks Tower Accord, what can they expect in 2010? Are we now going to see what we saw at the Brooks Tower situation, but now moved to the Island Labor Office? Government needs to explain how they are now going to pick it up from where it has been left off as far as the authority of giving work permits is concerned. And then something that caught the attention of Councilman Roy Marlin and myself is the matter of purchase of land. And in this case, two items are referred to by the local government in their projected budget for 2010, and that is one, the purchase of Mary's Fancy, which they have budgeted at 3.5 million guilders. But the interesting part is that as an income, the government has budgeted that they will be receiving 3 million guilders as far as the purchase of Mary's Fancies is concerned. Now clearly what you then have would basically be a budget of 500,000 guilders, 500,000, that the government is saying they would have to bring up as far as the purchase of Mary's Fancies is concerned. We're asking government where they plan to get this 3 million guilders from to start with. And if you're going to buy something like a property as Mary's Fancy, that, in our opinion, if government is going to be looking for financing for this property, then that purchase belongs in the capital expenditures of the budget. Why is this so important? Where exactly they place these items is because the capital part of the budget actually has its own regulations in terms of how far government can go with actually borrowing money. So that's why it's important to know, why would you put something like the purchase of Mary's Fancy or the purchase of other property under the current expenditures of government? We believe that unless we get an explanation from government on this matter, that matter does not belong under the current expenditures of government. So that is what we asked. It was also noteworthy to note that after the matter of the first version, as they call it, of the budget, after that surfaced, that a week later government estimated that they could increase the budgeted amount for profit tax with 1 million guilders. And if they had known that, how come it took them only a week to realize that the amount that they had budgeted could have been increased with 1 million guilders? But we know why that was done. And just to get to what they call the second version of the budget and to make some changes as far as that was concerned. And very much of concern is the way that government has budgeted and has prepared for the transition from island territory to country, and in fact specifically the matter of receiving central government tasks to be executed by St. Martin, starting even by January the 1st, 2010. And we see where the government budgets to get 25 million guilders in total from the central government as far as the decentralized